This is XRP, bruh, bringing you guys content like no other. I hope everyone's been having a great Wednesday. It's been a very bullish week, and we have a lot of information we're going to be going over today. A lot of connecting the dots to why the back end of this year XRP is going to be a 3 to 4 digit XRP, and all we have to do right now is hold. If you don't care about the day-to-day action, and you plan on just holding XRP till the end of the year, or once we get regulation and clarity, I can promise you guys that you're going to be happy that you did so. Everything that I say in this video is not financial advice. Everything I do say is for educational and entertainment purposes. So let's get right into it, guys. Right here, we got the real Remy Relief. He is saying XRP $1,000 by the end of the year. I know this is his conservative price, but Swift XRP equals quadrillions. The DTCC XRP equals quadrillions. The FedNow XRP equals quadrillions. Do the math. For those asking why I keep recommending take your crypto off the exchanges, every exchange is a risk, some less than others. Every run we have an exchange that goes out of business. We saw it with Mt. Gox. We saw it with the FTX and hundreds of others. Those were the biggest at their time, and it will happen again this run. Which one is anyone's guess? This is the setup this way. There will only be 5 or so of the current crypto exchanges that would be allowed to stand. The current banks and hedge funds will become the crypto exchanges. I hope you all understand that. So when I tell you put it in a cold wallet, I'm 100% giving you the best advice anyone will ever give you. We know most of the exchanges will go away, but we don't know which one. Second problem is whether or not they'll get hacked. This problem is easily resolved. Put your cryptos on a cold wallet. I cannot emphasize that enough. I use Tangem. Tangem is super user-friendly. If you're a beginner in crypto, and you've never heard of a cold wallet, you never even came across it, it's super easy to set up. I highly recommend going with Tangem, and Tangem has never been hacked. Tuck Rico says, you are witnessing the end of dollar confidence. The soul of money equals trust, XRP. Right here, we just talked about DTCC settling quadrillions. This is Chad Steingraber grabbing this and connecting the dots. Bugsby says that's $2,000 per XRP. This is pretty interesting news. The DTCC back in March, on March 11th, 2025, basically put this out there, and you can see in the subject line, new participant in the netting system of the Government Securities Division of the FICC, Hidden Road Partners, CIV US LLC. Hidden Road is now a part of Ripple. They acquired Hidden Road for $1.25 billion this year. And Hidden Road is going to be a clearinghouse for the DTCC. So 2 quadrillion alone. If XRP bridges this alone, that's a $2,000 XRP. Pretty bullish, guys. We had the FOMC meeting today. Chair Powell made a statement today about not cutting rates. Let's see what he has to say.
Despite elevated uncertainty, the economy is in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment.
So he left the rates unchanged, which was expected, but I do expect them to cut rates twice this year. He also said that himself, that he is going to be cutting the rates at least 2 times in 2025. Case J. Darwin. With the current Genius Act and the Clarity Act, the market infrastructure bill for crypto, Chad says, Tether does not currently pass under the stablecoin law. Those are just facts. So as of right now, Tether does not stand compliant with the stablecoin law. And Case J. Darwin responded saying, true, Tether is a British Virgin Islands company. In 2024, it made approximately $13 billion with approximately 100 employees. Probably less. This is a high-end estimate. Goldman Sachs made approximately $13 billion in 2024. Pretty good profit margin, huh? So Tether, this could be Tether's downfall, and this could, be when the domino theory kicks off, Tether being sanctioned, and Tether not being compliant, all that money is going to rotate and Bitcoin is going to drop to significant lower prices than it's at now. We already talked about that. Right here, another great post by the Real Remy Relief. A lot of you guys may see his posts and just be kind of washing over it. Actually take the time to read it. He does a great job connecting the dots, and he's been in this space a lot longer than most people, and he does talk about a lot of stuff that is super factual. So he says everything is set in motion. XRP, USA, BRICS, wars, gold, petrodollar. Whenever anyone or anything happens or anything threatens the USD, they will receive a message. China is now talking about a common currency. You have no idea how rich you'll be. Told you months ago, Bitcoin, XRP, RLUSD, and gold will be used to strengthen the dollar. It'll also be used globally. Let the big boys play the way they like to play. When all the smoke clears, you'll be standing there with your big bag of XRP. Brazil, XRP ready. Russia is finishing up the war. India, XRP ready. Iran, finishing up the war. China, ready. South Africa, ready. USA, Ripple partner, XRP ready. Israel, Ripple partner, is XRP ready. So things are moving. Just an update on the Genius Act. Chairman Hill has publicly stated that the stablecoin and market structure legislation are closely interconnected. We need to enact both to provide the necessary protections, and we'll continue engaging with our colleagues to ensure we deliver the strongest digital asset legislation possible. No date scheduled for the hearing and the next movement of this bill, so stay tuned for that. Edo and Versan had a very good video here. I'll play a little bit of you guys just so you hear it, but it talks about the XRP domino theory. If the Strait of Hormuz closes, it's going to spike up oil. Japan dumps the U.S. treasuries. Tether collapses. RLUSD takes over. So I'm going to play a little bit of this just so you guys can listen.
I think this entire conflicts in the Middle East can indeed speed up the demand of a neutral bridge asset like XRP and the XRP ledger. What happens if they close Hormuz? It's about 20.5% of the global oil supply, and it's important to note that Japan doesn't produce any oil, so they have to import 100% of its, for all consumption in Japan, they need to import it, and it comes from Hormuz. What happens is that probably Japan is going to be forced to raise interest rates. And when they do that, we know that Japan also holds over $1 trillion in US Treasury bonds. And the first thing that would happen is a reverse on the carry-on trade. And I think Japan would be forced to dump US treasuries, and that can have a domino effect.
Pretty good.
Where nations start to dump US treasuries. Now we can connect the dots. Which stablecoin is mostly backed by US treasuries? That's right. That's USDT. That's Tether. They are not backed one-to-one to the US dollar as it should. You can really see this outcome. Perhaps it will be the reason for a depeg of Tether. Everything might start in Japan. I think the situation is going to escalate. As we see here, they're giving a 26% chance. Yesterday was above 50% actually. I took this from...
So that's just a little bit of it, guys. He was going to talk about RLUSD taking over. If you guys want to watch the rest of this video, just go on my X, follow me, and you can find the rest of this video, and you can watch it for yourself, but pretty good. Versan says, once everything's tokenized, that value will live on a digital ledger. Whoever owns the protocols that facilitates and captures the flow and settlement of that value will own the new economy. XRP is the protocol. It's built to capture and settle that flow. That's why you have a lot of people, intelligent, knowledgeable people like Versan himself and Jay Claver and others calling for 3 to 4 digit XRP. If you connect the dots, you put the facts together, and you understand the economic and the financial system, that's why XRP has to be a high price. I won't go over that. The DTCC, 100 trillion in assets under custody. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The Canada XRP ETF went live yesterday. With that being said, guys, we are almost at the end of June. I think we can hear from Judge Torres early as next week. Or I'm sorry, this week. Friday, the latest. I don't have any, specific reasons. I just think we're going to hear something Friday, if not before the end of June. We have July 14th. FedWire is going live. Do I not have anything about that? No. FedWire 14th. The messaging system is going live, and the ISO 222 compliant tokens are compliant with that messaging system, and those are going to benefit. But I think everything starts to pick up by August. XRP can still see price appreciation before then. But the back half of this year, you have Swift, you have the XRP ETFs, you have the Ripple case settling and being over, and the injunction being lifted off of XRP. And you have all these, countries adopting XRP, and XRP is going to be the global bridge reserve currency, without a doubt. And a lot of people are going to be confused on why the market cap is so high. Market cap does not matter. It is a myth. XRP will have a $100 trillion market cap one day. But with that being said, guys, get your crypto off the exchanges. We are nearing the time of takeoff, and you don't want to be caught in a situation that just ruins the opportunity that you did have in your hands because of a silly mistake. So I highly support Tangem. I recommend Tangem. Super user friendly. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and become a part of the XRP Bro family. And we are in this together, guys. No one else cares about you except you and yourself and me. I'm putting this information out there daily for you guys so you can stay up to date with XRP news and updates. So if you do find this valuable, hit the subscribe button, comment XRP in the comments to help boost this video out into the algorithm. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.